There are a number of different species of dwarf hamsters and each of them make wonderful pets. They are smaller than the Syrian hamsters and they need about the same amount of attention and care. The dwarf hamster is smaller and a bit more delicate. They also tend to be more skittish and likely to seek an escape from their cage. Because of their small size they can fit into very small cracks. Therefore, they'll need an enclosure that is quite secure. In their native environment they dig holes and tunnels to make their homes. In your home you'd need to provide a similar environment for them. Pet supply stores sell marvelous plastic tubular habitats that help your dwarf hamster feel right at home. You will have to exercise some caution though, as most of the tubular habitats are for full-sized hamsters and tend to be too large for the dwarf hamster. A conversation with the pet store owner can help in finding the smaller-sized hamster homes. As far as the actual home is concerned, it's my opinion that a 10 to 20 gallon fish tank is better than a wire cage. For some reason they just seem to be able to get out of the smallest hole in the wire mesh. Because they are such active creatures, running miles a day, they will need an exercise wheel put into the tanks. You can find smaller wheels that are made especially for the dwarf hamsters. Another important issue for you to consider while making your dwarf hamster feel at home is the base material for your tank. Your hamster wants to use the base material to build a nest, perhaps make a place for their toilet needs, and generally sedify their burrowing and tunneling needs. The materials used for the base needs to be dust-free and fairly absorbent. Wood chips, paper towels, cotton strips, shredded newspaper, and even tissue all work well. But you will have to avoid cedar or pine-based materials. These can cause breathing problems for your delicate dwarf. An environment made of the materials I've mentioned should work well for your dwarf hamster. It will allow them to build private places that fit well with their natural shyness. And because they tend to use all the materials for their bathroom needs as well, you'll have to be sure to change it frequently. At least once a week. Dwarf hamsters have a very high metabolism and eat much more than you might imagine. I think I'm jealous. But then again, if I ran 5 miles a day I guess I could eat to my heart's content as well. The best diet for your hamster is made up of pellets, seeds, dried fruits and vegetables. It's amazing to watch them empty their food bowl and then take all of the food they've hoarded into their cheap pouches and hide it in their home. It can take some time to figure out how much food they'll need. It's best to err on the side of too much rather than too little. Keep a fairly constant supply of fresh food and water available for your little friend. In time you'll figure out just how much is enough. Another very unusual aspect of your dwarf hamster is the fact that their teeth never stop growing. Gnawing on whatever is near them is how they keep their teeth size under control. If you do not provide them with soft wooden toys to chew on, they will chew up the plastic tubular habitat you've given them. The plastic could break into sharp pieces that could cause severe damage to them. I mentioned earlier the need to change the base materials of the tank on a weekly basis. You should also clean all of the accessories in the tank as well. You can use a very light solution of soap and water. I like the baby soap products as they usually do not have any harsh chemical in them. You should also wash the bottom and sides of the tank and make certain that everything is completely dry before you rebuild your hamster's home. An obvious question is, where do I put my hamster?